HPLC. Now what is the term of HPLC? HPLC is known as high performance liquid chromatography, and it is one type of liquid chromatography and also one type of column chromatography. Okay, that we have already seen that we have filled the stationary phase in the column. Okay, and on the stationary phase, as per the partition coefficient, the different substances get separated, right? X and Y. Now it is one type of column chromatography and can be described as mass transfer process involves both partition and adsorption. Now, what is the meaning of these two? To know this, please refer our earlier video in chromatography, which is mentioned in the YouTube. Over there, we have mentioned what is the meaning of partition and adsorption. Okay. Now, coming to the principle, why it is known as high performance. Okay. Why it is high performance? Because I just read out for yourself. Okay. HPLC relies on pump to pass a pressurized mobile phase. That means whatever the mobile phase we are applying, okay, whatever the mobile phase is present in the stationary phase, it is over here, it is passing through as per the gravitational force. Okay, but over here, if you see, this is an HPLC instrument. We use pump to suck this mobile phase and pressurizedly passing through them through a column and then reaching to a detector. Okay, and this is the screen to get the separation process. Now HPLC relies on pumps to pass a pressurized mobile phase and a sample mixture dissolved in mobile phase through a column filled with adsorbent. Okay, leading to the separation of the sample component, usually faster than the conventional chromatography. Okay, why it is faster? Because we are using pump, and that's why HPLC become high performance liquid chromatography. Also, it is known as high pressure liquid chromatography. Okay. Now coming to the principle. After the principle, now of course one thing I would like to say, in our last video in chromatography, the third part, whoever taken the admission to global classes, we are sending them the part 2, part 3, part 4, because in a YouTube only we listed part 1. Now over there I mentioned a capacity factor. Capacity factor is the analytical parameter used in column chromatography to describe the separation process. Okay. Now the formula of capacity factor was mentioned. Now over here, total retention time minus Tm upon Tm. That if you see our part 3 video, you will come to know what I am talking over here. And I mistakenly over here I have written Ts. Actually I was supposed to write Ts upon Tm. Okay, because we have time restriction while making this video. So this is the capacity factor. So capacity factor also an analytical parameter for HPLC. Okay, and this capacity factor greatly depends upon the partition coefficient, and what is the relationship I have already discussed in that video. Now after the principle, let us move to the working. Okay, now working and instrumentation first starts with the mobile phase. Okay, first let us discuss the mobile phase used in HPLC. Now if you see the mobile phase over here, we can use a certain ratio, like we can use water acetonitrile 90:10. Okay, if throughout the experiment, throughout the analytical process, this ratio is constant, we call as isocratic elution. But sometimes if the component is multi-component and it will take long time to separate, okay, that time we may change after maybe a time interval. After each 5 minutes we change the ratio, like 80-20. After 5 minutes it is 60-40 or maybe 70-30. Okay, like that we are coming to 10:90. So in this particular process, very quickly we can get multi-component analysis or multi-component separation. That is the reason that we use gradient. This is known as gradient elution. Over here, the the mobile phase ratio is keep on changing after a time interval. Okay, so this is the first thing for the mobile phase I'd like to say. Then we have different type of mobile phase, like acetonitrile, methanol. The organic solvent I would like to say which are miscible with water are methanol, tetrahydrofuran, which was previously we used to use dioxane. Okay, then isopropanol and as well as acetonitrile. Okay, these are the water miscible mobile phase. Now after that we come to the pumps. Okay, this pumps is very important for HPLC. Now first pump is reciprocating pump. Reciprocating pump. What are the features of reciprocating pump? Number one, a piston in a cylindrical chamber. A piston in a cylindrical chamber. Is used to deliver mobile phase. Is used to deliver mobile phase. Full stop. It provides a constant rate flow. Why constant rate? Because it delivers the mobile phase in a pulsatile manner. Okay, and that's why when it is pulse coming to the column need to be supported. Okay, from the pulse. And how we can the support, or we can prevent the damage to the column by applying a guard column. Okay, we use guard column in case of we using reciprocating pump. Okay, now the capacity to deliver per cycle is 35 to 400 microliter per cycle. We deliver the mobile phase. Okay, and up to 10,000 psi. 10,000 psi pressure can be maintained. So it is really high pressure, high performance. Okay, and the thing is, the more it deliver the pulse, more it can create noise. Noise means, see, these are the HPLC peaks. Okay, now these peaks can have some noise, and this is more in case of reciprocating pump. Okay, so then after that, the next pump we will be discussing, that is it is very widely used in industry, that is pneumatic pump. Pneumatic pump. A pneumatic pump where the gas is used to pressurize the mobile phase. Over here we are using gas. Okay, gas is used to pressurize the mobile phase, and that present in a collapsible solvent container. So gas is